Before last week, I could not care less about Star Fox. And I mean, it was always one of those franchises that was like tangentially related. I'm a Smash fan, I'm a Nintendo fan, so there's always people talking about, you know, Star Fox Zero this, Star Fox 64 that. But I couldn't care less about the video game. The whole like vibe just didn't interest me. I wasn't really familiar with like on-the-rail shooters outside of the arcade, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest, those aren't fun for me. And I mean, not just that, but the characters weren't really that interesting. To me, Fox just seemed like a diluted Sonic, and Falco was just like a diluted Shadow. I mean, like they just all seemed like more generic versions of other characters in other games. So I'm just like, why would I care about this? That was, like I said, until last week when they announced, I mean, just completely shadow dropped the brand new Star Fox game, which, I mean, I don't know what Nintendo's doing with this whole brand new singular Nintendo Directs for every individual game, like, format. But, I mean, I don't care that much. As long as we're getting info on these games, and as long as the games are good, I'm happy. But I think, watching it for the first time, I immediately knew what the internet was going to say. But I kind of had the opposite reaction. And I think that, because of that, I think I'm the intended audience for this game. Because I watched it, and I was like, this is fire. Like, I want to get into this now. This is something that interests me now. And I think there's two main points of contention, which is the fact that it's a remake and the fact that this game got an entire visual redesign. I mean, the second one I'm pretty sure is just going to pass with time. It really is a thing if people just need to get used to the new designs and need to get used to seeing them emote and interact with each other. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't find some of these fantastic Mr. Taxidermy memes, DLSS, Unreal Engine 5, Focus M memes funny. I think that the internet's getting a good laugh, but honestly, I just really like them from the start. I find the designs, I think, a little more unique. I don't really see this like style, maybe in like Monster Hunter, where we're getting these like hyper-realistic anthropomorphized animals in this like super serious setting of like galactic warfare. I don't think there's nothing that really fits that bill except for Star Fox, and I think it's really interesting seeing, especially Nintendo, take a game in this direction. I mean, they're known for like their super lighthearted, cartoony graphics, which I think it's a good thing to have a motif like that. But at some point, it gets really like worn out. I think that's what happened with Star Fox. If you look back at Star Fox in the 2010s, I mean, they all have that early 2010s bug of trying to be as realistic as possible while still being cartoon characters. And where like characters like Sonic pulled it off because they were able to like attack some portion of pop culture, I think Star Fox just never hit that, and it always just looked so generic. I mean, looking back at some of those characters, even in Smash, Falco, Fox, they could literally be model swaps except for the head. They're just like hyper generic cartoon animals, and it gets worse with the Mario movie. I think this sort of helps transition into the next point, where we see Fox showed up in the Mario movie. Now, I didn't watch the Mario Galaxy movie because I didn't care that much, but he was in there, and I heard a lot of the discourse, and there was a lot of excitement for Star Fox finally coming back in a prominent way. And I think very clearly what Nintendo is trying to do is to bring back Star Fox as like a main Nintendo IP, which it hasn't been for a while. And I think to the point of like disappointment for it being just another 64 remake, I have to be honest, I had no idea they remade Star Fox 64 already. I knew there were games called Star Fox Zero, I knew there was 3DS games in the Star Fox franchise, but like I never played 64, I don't think a lot of people did, and I don't think a lot of people played the other Star Fox games, because it's sort of a thing where you have to jump in at 64 just to understand like the world and the vibe, and that's just like what I got from the online discourse. And I'm not somebody who was ever interested in the 64 version. I'm not someone who was interested in the SNES version, so I didn't play the 2-3 other remakes for it. And I get from being within the fandom that being upsetting. I mean, if I got like, I'm a Zelda fan, if I got a brand new game and it was just remastered Breath of the Wild, I know there's like talks about an Ocarina of Time remake, but that game kind of needs it, just because, I mean, there hasn't been another remake. I mean, outside of the 3DS version. But I know if like I got a bunch of remakes of a single game, I'd be pretty upset. But I think seeing this be a remake is kind of a net positive, especially because they're completely rehauling the visuals like I talked about. this being a remake is sort of like a reintroduction in a way where they're lifting the boundaries of the gatekeepiness of having a franchise, where it's like, okay, you can play the newest one, but you're gonna kind of not understand exactly what they're talking about because it kind of ties into every other game. Starting with the first game and saying this is completely new by completely rehauling what the characters look like, what the voices sound like, what, you know, potentially what the story looks like through like the new cutscenes and stuff. I think this is like a net positive. Even if it is another remake, it's a remake that's intended to bring new people in. And guess what? I'm new people, and I really like the designs, and I'm really interested in it, especially with the new additions of like multiplayer and the new challenge modes, giving the game some amount of longevity. I mean, I'm not somebody who's, you know, super hyper picky about how many times I can replay a game. I don't really go back to replay games, but I know with like Resident Evil, I picked it up not only because I was a Resident Evil fan beforehand, but because there was so much promised, where there was like a set of challenges that you could do afterwards, go back and replay the game on harder modes. There were different modes that sort of changed how you play the game. Having that like challenge mode as thing in a Star Fox game, giving more incentive for people to go in and learn how to play, along with the multiplayer, which is like, that's really going to be, I think, the main attractor for this game, if not the story mode. I think just Nintendo stuffing this game with so much good stuff it's all in the name of trying to get new people into the franchise. And like, as a fan, I can understand being frustrated, but I mean, looking at the other side, look at what Nintendo's trying to do by bringing Star Fox into the Galaxy movie, and now by completely redesigning Star Fox and remaking 64. I think this is clearly them trying to get a jumpstart back on ground zero for the Star Fox franchise. And I mean, this is, I don't want to be that guy, but this is like the clearest indicator that we're going to be getting new games in the future. If this game does well, I mean, they can't remake 64 again. They have to make a new game. Maybe it's another remake, but at least it's going to be in a brand new style, and we can expect whole new like aspects of the game to be explored. I don't know about much of the other Star Fox games. I know there's like I don't know. The ones that they showed, I didn't really recognize, again, because I'm not a Star Fox fan. And it's like, okay, great. It's on the newest hardware. It has a bunch of like really cool features, and everyone's talking about it because of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. You know, this is a great way to enter the franchise. And once you're in, I think Nintendo's expecting Star Fox to have a little bit of a resurgence, and then they can make more games and expect success with that.
If you've never experienced the series before, we hope you'll give Star Fox a try.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of people questioning, like, who is this game even for? It's for, like, people like me. It's for me. This game is for me. I had no idea what Star Fox was going in. I knew vaguely what it was about, but none of it really interested me. And sort of restarting the game franchise with a new baseline really gives me a way into the world in a way that I don't feel like I'm going to be left out going forward. So yeah, hopefully the game's great on release. Otherwise, this video is going to age badly, but, you know, we'll see.
We're using character avatars to look like a Star Fox character.